and Chief Bola Ige are undoubtedly worthy. Consequently, the choice of the theme of this colloquium, Nigeria, Achieving National Unity Through Peaceful Restructuring, underscores the fact that Baba Akande remains one of the most authentic apostles of the late sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, alive today. Coincidentally, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I believe you will agree with me that the path to nationhood rests on what I call the essence of governance, which is creating opportunities for the citizens to thrive, to realize their potential in an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. The All Progressive Congress, our administration under President Muhammadu Buhari, has unleashed the great potential of this country. But we can still do more. We can create a country that will work for us and ensure continued progress as experienced in the last 3.5 years. Therefore, I want to place it on record that the path to continuing prosperity for this great nation, to achieve true nationalhood, lies in forging an acceptable constitution that will recognize the strength in each of the constituent blocks. Such constitution will ensure stable polity. Critically important is realizing that governance is not an end, but a means to an end. The end, of course, in material terms, equals to good life for our people. Coincidentally, Chief Obafemi Awolowo in his book, Thoughts on Nigerian Constitution, dwelt so much on this subject. Economic prosperity leads to the greatness of a nation and its people. Restructuring is therefore a sine qua non to making a great nation. The celebrator, Chief Biscon Tv, best captures the essence of restructuring in one of his addresses entitled Devolution of Powers and National Restructuring, which he delivered at the APC United States of America Second Annual Convention held in Washington. He cautioned that mere sloganeering on restructuring without any clear definition, peaceful and workable strategy is an invitation to chaos. However, he noted further that making appropriate achievements or amendments to the Constitution, that is the 1999 Constitution, for equitable rearrangement and redistribution of existing local government areas and states must precede restructuring. In other words, Chief Akande was reminding those that have turned the glamour of the geopolitical restructuring of Nigeria into a mere political slogan to consider the basic prerequisites for undertaking such a fundamental expenditure before setting the country on a journey with no clearly defined definitions. Restructuring goes beyond sloganeering. It should be rooted in conviction and clearly stated path to achieving the objective. Finally, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a few people might have noticed that I referred to Chief Akande as former this and that in my opening part of this address. This was no accident. Chief Akande himself has spoken publicly about this. And I quote, he said, he has personal phobia for holding public offices in old age. A selfless leader who rose only by fighting and lifting others. Is a leader worthy of being celebrated. He is the epitome of selfless service. In fact, he steadfastly remains attached to his roots, and he should and he could be celebrated as the world president of the Kegais Club in view of his unrepentant commitment to to our cultural values and ethos. If you are wondering why I say this, please visit him in his Ilorogun residence and have a taste of raw palmy, that is raw palm wine. Anytime you visited Baba, he will always, before any other thing, offer you palm wine. And today, even at 80, I'll give to him, by the virtue of the authority invested in me as the constituted authority of Oyo State, I will now pronounce him the World Kegite President. Those of you who don't know the Kegites, there are people who drink palm wine, particularly in our schools. So Baba has now been given that title as the first to be appointed, the Kosheleri to be appointed as the President worldwide of Kegites. On your behalf, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as he celebrates 80 years of God's grace, I pray that the Lord will grant him many more years in sound health. All of you who want to be up to 80 and beyond, you better say amen when I'm praying to him or pray for him so that you can live that long too. As he celebrates 80 years of God's grace, I pray that the Lord will grant him many more years in sound health and mind to enjoy the love and affection of his family, his friends, and all of us, and to further serve the country and humanity. As for those of you, take this with you today, that this is the only thing you have gained here. Particularly, some of my friends that I see here, please change your ways so that you can live to be 80 and beyond. God bless you. I thank you for listening.
For you on this very auspicious day of the 80th birthday of our leader, Baba B.C. Akande. I consider it a privilege to be invited to deliver this keynote at this colloquium in honor of Chief B.C. Akande. When I was contacted by the organizers, I had no hesitation in accepting this opportunity to pay tribute to a man that I regard as one of our very best. Happy birthday, sir. I join everyone here in wishing you many more years of grace and joy. Events like this demonstrate that many of us recognize and value your contributions, Baba Akande, contribution that you've made to our country, and that we're ready to say thank you in your lifetime. The organizers have chosen achieving lasting peace through peaceful restructuring of Nigeria as the theme of this colloquium. Perhaps this is intended to acknowledge the political history of Chief Akande and also provide a platform to discuss contemporary realities. Chief B.C. Akande comes from a political tendency that has always been ardently federalist. The political party on whose platform he became governor of Osun State in 1999, that is the Alliance for Democracy, put restructuring as a priority, as a way of returning the country to the federal structure with which it attained independence. I'm therefore delighted to share my thoughts on restructuring on a day and at an event in honor of a man for whom it represents a matter of principle. I hope that we can all agree that restructuring is an important matter, despite the tendency of certain sections of our elite to trivialize it with their opportunism. With all sense of responsibility, I believe some Nigerians have made a career and livelihood around restructuring without deep thought or a clear plan or implementation strategy. For them, it is a tool to alienate rather than convert our compatriots to the nation-building imperative that restructuring offers. Rather than the hard graft of solving our governance problems, this group will rather grab headlines and mouth sound bites at opportunities like this. You can almost sense that these people actually dread restructuring becoming public policy having succeeded in living up a serious national imperative for so long. We must be mindful of this class of people. Restructuring should be about the reform and improvement of our national efficiency. Reforming our governance structures is a crucial part of making our political system conducive to the pace of growth and development that our country needs, along with better structures fitted for efficiency and devolving responsibilities to the level of government, a nation-building event. In the talk in September 2017, I took pains to highlight that I was giving my personal views, not that of the party or the committee which